Hey guys, I'm here for another quick draft for Marvel Superheroes, so let's go ahead and jump in. If you've been enjoying my content and you want to see more, consider subscribing, or if you're a new viewer who've never seen it, I've got a couple other playlists in the description if you're interested. All right, pack one, pick one. So we have a really strong uncommon here in Dark Deed. This is kind of what my initial thought is leaning towards. There's also White Tiger is okay, it's pretty strong. Cruel Alliance, Burrow Backup. But yeah, I think the strongest card here by a good margin is Dark Deed, so we'll go ahead and take that. All right, pack one, pick two. There is a Lightning Strike. There's a Punishing Punch. Don't know how good Shang-Chi Master of Kung Fu is. So this can help you with like powering up abilities. This is maybe probably going to see the best use out of like a red-green shell. There's also Herbie, which is just always good, no matter which color we end up in. I think probably the strongest card here, I mean, Calling Wing is also fine. I think probably Punishing Punch is the highest upside. And then if we want to try to stay black, we could maybe like take Herbie, just sort of see what opens up. I don't think that red is a very good color combo. Unfortunately, it just has, I mean, these are some of the better red cards, but most of the power level of red is pretty low. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and take Herbie here and just see what comes. All right, there's another Colleen Wing, a RAF security officer. There is a Frozen in Ice, which is pretty great. And then Ronin Shadowstalker is okay, but I don't think it's at the same power level of some of these other cards. We also have like a black-green land, potentially, but I'm not married to Dark Deed, so if something else opens up, I think there's, a number of decent white cards here. Might just take the Colleen Wing. I guess Frozen and Ice is probably a little better. It is one of the better removal pieces, but there is a couple different pieces of white, so maybe we'll just take the white card here. White is probably the best color in the whole set, that in blue. All right, so now we see Fight to the Death. Interesting, okay. So destroy all blocking creatures and all blocked creatures. Don't know how good that is. I think, so we see another Lightning Strike, so maybe red is open. There's also an Iron Man, which is a decent signal. Khazar is also a top pick green uncommon. And there's an Aerial Doombot. So I think probably the best card here is probably Khazar. And then there might be kind of like an opening for red potentially. But I'm going to take the Khazar and then just see if green continues to be good. All right, third Lightning Strike. I think at this point, it's probably decent to just go ahead and respect that signal. There is also Pet Avengers, which is fine. Truck Toss is okay. But yeah, I think Lightning Strike is probably the best card here. So let's grab that and see if red stays open. All right, and now we're seeing Hulk Gamma Goliath, which is a nice card in the red-green space. There's an Iron Lad, an Aerial Doombot, and a Futurist Forge, so blue is like kind of oddly opening up now. There's also Masters of Evil if we decide to stay in black, but I think Hulk is probably better than that. Crimson Operative, Hawkeye Bow. Yeah, I think let's try to see if red-green opens up. All right, there is, these are, I guess, not amazing cards here. Repulsor Blast is kind of B-grade removal, but it is removal, so it's worth considering. Viv Vision, I think, is just okay. It does kind of work with Hulk, but it does seem kind of a little bit filler. I suppose, I mean, Repulsor Blast is kind of filler too, if we're being honest. Yeah, I guess this lets us be a little more open. It kind of works with the power up with Hulk. So who knows? Maybe this is a little bit more playable than the Repulsor Blast. All right, now we're seeing a fair amount of like black and like villains might be open, but I think, man, I think that ship has maybe sailed. Especially with like the Hulk and the Khazar. I kind of want to go red-green at this point. We could take like PIM Technologies to sort of stay open in case like Absorbing Man or something like that opens up in like pack 2. Misty Knight I think is fine. And since we're probably not going to be seeing a ton of villains, maybe Hydra Assault Robot is not as great unless we decide to like move over to red-black, which we could do, but I think I'm just going to take the Misty Knight here. All right, there's another Assault Robot. Could be good in the villains deck. Again, it's like not too late. Otherwise, we're looking at like Ultron Drone or Shield Helicarrier, like which are both okay, but not amazing. So, wow. Yeah, maybe we're supposed to be in red-black villains. I think I'm going to give it maybe like one more pick here. Maybe take like the Ultron Drone just to see, because this does also have a power-up ability, which does go well with the Hulk. All right, Gorilla is nice. There's also AIM Scientists here. There's Spectral Saboteur, which is like more kind of like for villains. Or we could grab another Misty Knight here. I think Gorilla is pretty decent in the red-green deck, so I'm going to take it here. Kree Sentinel I think is just fine, helping us fix our land cycling. There are, I guess, a couple more black cards here. I think we're kind of closer to red-green though. Don't really want a second Ultron Drone. And Rapid Rescue is a fine card just to help find some land early. So Stolen Stark Tech is okay as well, but again, I think we're kind of a bit more cemented into red-green at this point. All right, pack 2, pick 1. We have Heroic Feast for the rare. So 3 mana enchantment. When this enchantment enters, create a food token. Then whenever you gain life, choose up to that many target creatures you control and put a +1/+1 counter of each of them. So basically, you can give like 3 creatures +1/+1 for 5 mana here, which is okay. If you're like already doing other life gain stuff, this could be okay. Like we have 2 Rapid Rescues, so that's actually not a bad combo. I don't know if it's amazing, but it's not bad. Could also grab like Hulk Smash here. There's a Truck Toss. Not a super huge fan of Beast Erudite Aerialist. There's also Serpent Specialist. Yeah, I guess since we've got 2 Rapid Rescues, maybe this makes Heroic Feast a little better. Willing to give it a go here. All right, I don't think we're playing this Dark Deed, at least not right now. Okay, so now we have, there's Ant-Man's Army. There's also, okay, I'm not really into Training Regimen. I don't think that's very good. We have a 2-drop here in Kunlun Warrior. We have a couple 2s. I think I'm more interested in the Ant-Man's Army. This can help ramp us into 5. And it's also nice because it can also give us some more life gain, which combos with the Heroic Feast. All right, really happy to see Photon Blast Barrage. This is one of the best reasons to be in red. This is, I think, far and away the best red removal spell, just because you can get like 2 or 3 for 1s off it fairly regularly. If this wasn't here, there's also like Hellcat. I'd probably take the first red-green land, but I think that Photon Blast Barrage is too good to pass up. All right, Jessica Jones is, I think, the best uncommon in red, and I don't think it's particularly close, so not going to pass that. After that, I'd probably be looking at like Hulk Smash, maybe Pet Avengers. So this is starting to come together. Wow, She-Hulk, Jade Defender is also one of the highest win rate uncommons in green, so gonna snap that up here. There's also, maybe we get like Hawkeye Bowback or Pet Avengers. Even Dependable Quinjet would be fine in this deck, I think, since we have like enough 5s. Here I'm probably just gonna grab another Gorilla. I do think it is better than the Misty Knight. This is maybe like better in like red-blue if you're like drawing cards or like discarding multiple times. But this is great against all the white-blue removal. Like Frozen in Ice, it's great against Web Up. Just, I think, overall more utility. Okay, wow. Killmonger, Scourge of Wakanda is also one of the best uncommons in the set. Maybe we try to take it here and like spec on splashing. Could certainly, like, I think that's much better than like a Kunlun Warrior. It's a shame we can't take that and the Hell's Kitchen, but otherwise we'd be looking at like Baxter Building, which I think is actually pretty good in this deck. So it's a matter of like if we want to splash or if we want to try to get this Baxter Building going. I think like if we're strict red-green, Baxter Building definitely is better. We have at least, I think maybe 4 targets, 5 targets that it would help us draw extra cards. But this seems really good. I'm trying to think like what we would, if we'd have like little guys to sack. I suppose like sacking like a Gorilla. Then we could also like side into Dark Deed as well. Yeah, I mean, this is one of the better cards to splash. I think I'm going to try it, potentially. All right, Undercover Skrull is perfect. This helps us filter mana, and also just helps us get more acceleration. Serpent Specialist is another card I'm excited about. Power Up also works with the Hulk. So we'll try to be on the eye, keep an eye out for splashing if possible. I guess we could play Super Speed, not super excited about it. This is not a Death to Our Enemies deck. Hellcat came back, really happy to see that. Powerful Broker, I'm just trying to think if we have counters in this deck. I think this is probably better in like blue-green. Yeah, we don't really have counters. I guess we have some counters when we go for the power-up abilities, so maybe that's okay. And I guess if we're splashing, maybe the double green is a little harder to hit. We're doing okay on 2s. I think maybe I'll take the Powerful Broker here, since we do have a number of different cards that do power up. All right, Claim the Kingdom is another way to get counters. Blazing Crescendo, I think it's okay, but it's not. It's probably has its best home in red-green, just because like the +1 toughness isn't that big of a deal. But I think Claim the Kingdom is maybe a little better for us. All right, Final Act. Wow. It's a little bit too far into black, I think, at this point. But yeah, definitely going to take the Undercover Skrull here. It really helps us try to splash into black and also just helps speed everything up. Otherwise, there is like Ant-Man's Army, Reptile are both fine. I guess if we really want more removal, we can go for this Repulsor Blast. Hawkeye is also, this is a combo with Photon Blast Barrage. Having each of them do 3 points of damage is pretty ridiculous. So that is something I'm going to keep an eye out for, but I'm definitely not going to pass a Skrull here. All right, Punishing Punch is excellent removal. Yeah, I mean, I think Crimson Operative is nice also, but I think we just want the removal at this point. Stark Industries could help us filter, but I think that's sort of a little too slow and weak. All right, so we've got Punishing Punch. We have a Photon Blast Barrage and a Lightning Strike. A couple pieces of removal. What else do we... Oh, I guess we've also got Killmonger here, and then technically, yeah, we're running Dark Deed as well. So we're actually doing okay on removal. Here, I think we could go for Pet Avengers, which does combo nicely with the Hulk. But we're also getting to the point where maybe we just run the Baxter building and just... Because I think we have enough playables at this point. So I think I'm just going to do that. Just get a land here to help start fixing. Okay, this is a pretty easy Wakandan Royal Guard. Although, actually, maybe we want to go Kree Sentinel here since we are 3-color. I think if we weren't, like, Royal Guard is pretty good. How many heroes do we have? We have 8 heroes. Yeah, I mean, I think this is a good card. But Kree Sentinel, I think in this specific deck is maybe a little better for us just because we're splashing. Okay, another Jessica Jones, not passing that. And yeah. Okay, and I guess we'll just grab a Royal Guard anyways. I don't really like Kunlun Warrior too much here. I think it's just okay, but Royal Guard is quite good. Okay, Avengers Tower can help us splash for heroes. Or we could go for Hell's Kitchen, which we can definitely use. I guess how many heroes do we have at this point? We've got 10 heroes. Yeah, okay. I mean, that can help us find Jessica Jones. Guess if we play this Misty Knight, She-Hulk, Hulk, Khazar. Yeah, we've got some. Just wondering if this is going to be better since this will also help us cast like Dark Deed. Not really sure about this pick. So I think it definitely helps us get like Khazar, Hulk, She-Hulk, both Jessica Jones that we like especially care about. The rest are maybe a bit more not as amazing. And Wakandan Royal Guard. Yeah, I guess we'll take the Avengers Tower here. All right, Ant-Man's army is great. This also helps us get a treasure token, so we can use that to help fix on mana. And I will take... Ooh, actually here, this is a tough one. We've got Ant-Man's army versus Hawkeye. Hawkeye, again, is amazing combo with Photon Blast Barrage. And that's kind of it. It has reach, I guess, but I don't think we have any other ways to sort of combo it. I suppose it helps like Punishing Punch. It helps Lightning Strike. It's like a couple cards it helps. It's a 4-drop. We don't have too many 4s. It is a hero, so we can help find it with the Avengers Tower. Yeah, I could see it being okay. I don't know if it's better than fixing with... We already have 2 Ant-Man's armies. I think we'll try it. Stark Industries might be okay just because we like fixing is nice. I don't think we need super strength. Not sure I'm playing either, to be honest. I don't think we're playing that, but... All right, and let's build the deck. We got plenty of playables here. All right, we've got 8 cuts to make. Don't know that we need 2 swamps. Like we have Killmonger and Dark Deed are the only black cards. We also have double Undercover Skrull, double Ant-Man's Army for fixing. Potentially Stark Industries, that's already 5 extra ways to fix. And then we have like Baxter Building, which can help fix. I suppose Avengers Tower can't fix for that, so. But that's still pretty decent fixing. So I think we maybe do cut a swamp. It's a little bit more green than red. I suppose with the Undercover Skrulls, we want to make sure we really hit green. So maybe we go like 8-6 here. And now we've got, I think we still have 8 cuts to make. Yeah. Okay, I don't know that we need Stark Industries. I think Misty Knight is a maybe. I like the Gorillas and the Skrulls. Not sure about Claim the Kingdom. I like our removal. I think Rapid Rescue is also nice. Oh, didn't mean to cut the Punishing Punch there. Viv Vision is another like maybe. Same with the Ultron Drone. Definitely want Jessica Jones, want the Ant-Man's Army, Heroic Feast, Punishing Punch. I guess Powerful Broker is a maybe, but I think it could be good. Our 4-drops, I think we want to try the Hawkeye. There is like, again, like with Photon Blast Barrage, it's a really nice combo. It's still good with Lightning Strike. And Punishing Punch. But I mean, I suppose it's probably not even necessary with Punishing Punch. So I suppose it's a maybe. Want the Sentinels for the land cycling. I think all of our 5s are great. So if we cut these, we are down to 41 cards. $17 creatures. So I suppose we could maybe cut a creature. How are we doing on removal? We've got Killmonger, Punishing Punch, Photon Blast Barrage, Lightning Strike, Dark Deed. So 5 pieces of removal. Then I guess we have like Heroic Feast to help pump. This finds some more stuff. Do we want to run like, is it crazy to run 16 land? I guess we have like 4 ways to ramp. But we have some expensive cards too, so maybe we stay at 17. Yeah, this last cut, I'm not sure. I guess we could cut like a Gorilla, or maybe the Serpent Specialist. I guess I like the utility of the Gorillas, so I think maybe, do we have enough like cheap stuff to, Yeah, I like our 5s. I think I'm going to cut the Serpent Specialist here. I do think it's certainly a fine card. It's just, yeah. All right, let's go ahead and run it. Opening hand looks fine. A little bit slow. We're on the draw. And we don't quite have the mana yet for Killmonger. Okay, Hulkling, Burgeoning Bruiser. Let's just get Jessica Jones going. Okay, Beast is pretty solid. Surprised they didn't attack there. So we could just kill Beast if we want. I guess let's find out what we see. Alright, well, I mean, that's pretty easy. Just Lightning Strike the Beast, I think. Guess we can Rapid Rescue. I don't think we have any 1-drops for red, so we can just hang on to that. Restorative Technique. It's kind of cool. Ooh, yes. Yeah, Undercover Scroll is great, but Hulk is pretty sweet too. Twice its power. Alright, so we can't quite kill that yet. We can play Hulk, though. They can punch our Jessica Jones, I assume. Oh, never mind, they're killing Hulk. I suppose that makes sense. Yeah, they're coming in for a lot of noise. Okay, but now we can use Undercover Scroll plus Punishing Punch to kill their 4/5. It is an instant. Alright, let's use Jessica Jones. Ooh, Dark Deed. Unfortunately, we can't cast it. So I guess Wakandan Royal Guard works too. And I think we make this a 5/5. Oh, I suppose we could make Jessica Jones a 4/5. I mean, that is pretty sweet. And then just use... But I think we want this to like be able to block and do stuff. So maybe we just make this a 5/5. Do we want to kill this like while they're tapped out? I think we're at 10. We just maybe want to be safe here in case they've got nonsense. Trying to think. Maybe we hold this back to block in case they have like giant growth. Okay, that's real good. All right. So we have 7 mana. Can go Scroll plus Royal Guard. I think that's probably the play. Again, I think if we want to make this Wakandan Royal Guard a 5/5, just so we can single trade with their 6/5. Not try to get too fancy with Jessica Jones here. Hopefully they're out of juice. No, they're not. Okay. All right, so now we've got a chump, unfortunately. Okay, I don't know that we can afford to use Jessica Jones here. If we Photon Blast Barrage, we can do it for 1, 2, 5, 6, 7. 7 is not enough. Although we can use Gorilla to get rid of this super strength. Actually, that seems pretty good. And then we can use probably just Photon Blast Barrage here. Just keep Jessica Jones back for safety. Yeah, we can't target this one. Suppose let's try to play around. I guess we can't play around We Say Thee Nay. If we do x equals 2, I just don't think there's any point. We could try to do something with Jessica Jones. All right, I think I'm just going to do x equals 2. Suppose we could have attacked first. And then I think we just hold back Jessica Jones in case they've got like a little like minor pump. How many cards do we have? Like how many 2-drops do we have we can play? Not a lot else actually, so maybe we just hold on to these. I guess I could do it now. I guess we'll see how they're doing blocks. Ant-Man, sure. Okay, Khazar is a nice one. See, whenever a land you control enters... Okay. Alright, let's get Khazar going. We're still not able to cast Killmonger. Let's see. Oh, you know what? I should have not tapped the Avengers Tower because I would have had enough to... Oh, actually, I'm one short. It doesn't matter. Should we start pushing? I don't think we push quite yet. We're at 3. I guess we could attack with a 5/5. If they give something flying, we still have the Gorilla. Have decent blocks. So maybe we push. Okay, Knight of Wundagore. Yeah, I mean, I guess they can get in there with Ant-Man. They're thinking about it. Okay, She-Hulk is nice. But yeah, hopefully we just bury him an advantage here with Jessica Jones. Now we can go Ant-Man's army. Can use this to play Killmonger. We could also gain some life. Put us out of range. I think we just want the life. Can She-Hulk and upgrade it. Or just make it a 4/4. Start looking. Okay, I think we can start pushing here. Alright, let's play She-Hulk and then leave enough to gain our life from food. All right, it's gonna do it. Yeah, that was a close one. If we couldn't deal with that that enchantment, we would have been in trouble. So I'm pretty happy we've got those gorillas. I think the utility is really nice. All right, on to round 2. Yeah, that was definitely a pretty close game. All right, opener, we've got 2 of our kind of special land. Problem is they don't actually make colored mana yet. We don't have any creatures in our hand or heroes, but we do have a Kree Sentinel actually. So I think that this could work. It's a little awkward, but I think as long as we get to 4 mana, we can get there. All right, let's get Baxter building going, and then I think we'll just use the Kree Sentinel to get our forest. Do also have Dark Deed, but as long as we have 4 land, we can make black mana, so I think we're better off with the forest here. Curious if they play Atama here. I mean, that'll be kind of rough. Yeah, since they have blue, it might be worth considering. Okay, and they've also got Rewrite History. We could just try to have Herbie trade with the cavalry here. I guess like we're trading up in mana cost here, which isn't bad. Rewrite History is okay, but not amazing. Yeah, I think I'm actually okay just trading here. We've got another Gorilla. Now we can get Herbie going. Get our Avengers Tower in play. And then be set up for the Hulk. All right, this is interesting. So I think we just attack here, and then like if they block, which I assume they don't do, but if they do, we can then use Dark Deed to kill it. Otherwise, we just get the Hulk going, I think. Okay, no blocks. All right, they tap down our Hulk. Okay, so now we can just use Photon Barrage to take it out. I think we want to start pushing damage here. We can finish them in 2 turns with Lightning Strike if our guys get through. So I'm willing to trade 2 for 3 here. Could also just like drop Jessica Jones and Gorilla. If they have We Say Thee Nay in hand, we do get kind of blown out if we go for the Photon Blast Barrage. They're still 2 mana away from going for Kang. So I think maybe we just go like Gorilla plus Jessica Jones. Could also go Gorilla, block, and then use Dark Deed. And also Lightning Strike face. Actually, that might even be better. See if you tap this carefully here. I think I actually like that a little bit more. All right, let's float some mana. Oh, it's 4 and tap. Ah, I misread that. Okay, this still works. We can still block and Lightning Strike. Man, I was thinking this would work with just 4 mana, but it's 5, so I misread that. Could also just try to like go for the win next turn, like Lightning Strike face, get him down to 7, and then push, clear away the scientists. But I think trading here is okay. All right, I guess let's let damage fully resolve. Go to the end of the turn. Now we can Photon Blast for 5. They could counter it. But, I mean, they would have countered this, like, as if they could have tapped both of these to counter it last turn. So maybe we just go for it. We also have enough with 6 mana. We can do, like, Dark Deed plus Jessica Jones. I think I like that actually a little bit more. All right, let's get black, red, green, black. Let's just get this out of the way first. So here we're like trading 2 damage for 5. That doesn't seem as good. So I think we just sit. Okay, now that they're tapped out, this is a good turn for Photon Blast. Oh, I suppose we could do Jessica Jones first here. We can Photon Blast for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I should have waited to play one of these land. That's okay. Cleaning them out is still fine. We really only need to Photon Blast for 3, and then just Undercover Scroll, I think. So X is equal to 2. It's enough to clear out the flyers. Okay, another cavalry. Ooh, Heroic Feast. Okay, this is pretty good. Now we can push for lethal, get force blocks, drop them down to 3. And we've got 3 lethal attackers. All right, on to the next. Yeah, I thought Baxter Building, though, was 4 mana in total instead of 5, so glad we still had the Lightning Strike there. All right, on to round 3. Opening hand, we've got Rapid Rescue to try to find red mana. We do also have the Baxter Building. This is kind of marginal. But I think because we've got Rapid Rescue, maybe we get there. So I'm going to try keeping here. Well, didn't hit red mana, but at least we have 4 mana now. So we can potentially get the Baxter Building. I suppose actually this needs 5. Okay, well, we drew into Undercover Scroll. So if this survives, then we're in a good spot. I think we just want to get Jessica Jones going. Like, we could play She-Hulk here. Which, I mean, I suppose, like, She-Hulk is pretty sweet. There's also a decent chance that they're running, like, We Say Thee Nay here. I think we want to do something. Let's get Jessica Jones going. So give us some good value to kind of get that train rolling. All right, so we've got Gorilla, and Herbie. It's kind of interesting. So we can go like Gorilla to blow up the spy kit, and then also like punishing punch the Doombot. But I think like we're better just using like She-Hulk to blow this thing up a little bit later. So maybe we just go Herbie here. And I wonder if it's better to play the forest. If we're going to go Herbie, maybe just play the forest and we can at least get in for one. Oh, I guess, never mind. We're not getting in for one because they've got the Doombot, but... I suppose we could have also punishing punch there. Actually, wait. We don't have enough cards in the graveyard. Or creatures in the graveyard. So if they want to lock down Herbie, I think that's fine. Couple different options. We could like cycle Kree Sentinel to get our red source, and then we'd still have access to 4 mana. So we could play like She-Hulk. With 5, we could just go for Hulk. This is kind of nice because this will make this quite a bit cheaper to do its thing. Could also just like take out the Doombot. But I think adding to the board feels pretty good. Let's go for Hulk this turn. All right, they're representing... What have they got here? Panther Pounce doesn't make sense. Helicarrier Strike also doesn't make sense. They could turn something into a 4/4, a base 4/4. Like if we block the Doombot, it's still not enough. You could give it -4, -0. I don't really know what they have here. I'm trying to think of like what are the other tricks. I think we block Spider-Woman here. I just don't know what they've got. Right, okay, Red Guardian makes sense. I was trying to think, like, what else is there? Okay, that's annoying, but it does make sense. Let's get Jessica Jones going. Killmonger is pretty great. We can sack Herbie to get their Doombot, I guess. I think we want to sack Herbie here. We could Punishing Punch. Do we want to even bother? I don't think so, because we can do this at any point. All right, red mana is really nice. I suppose we could have gone for Khazar there. Yeah, maybe we should have just done the Khazar and then play the land. That would have been a little bit better. Kind of like just going She-Hulk here and then getting rid of the shield spy kit. Okay, they've got Crusade. Oh yeah, Jessica just kind of keeps doing her thing. So much value. All right. So we've got enough for both. We can just go for Ant-Man's army. Get a food token. Let's see here. Yeah, that seems really good. Yeah, they're just getting buried by Jessica here. Kang's pretty good. Not gonna lie, Kang is pretty good. All right, we've got Punishing Punch, Dark Deed, Lightning Strike, all kinds of fun stuff. So I think if we gain the life first, then we can make it big enough to Punishing Punch. Let's just do that. Don't think we need to... All right, let's tap it like this. Oh yeah, I suppose it's double damage, so it's not even relevant. Okay, I think we're just completely fine here. All right, let's just gain some more life, buff up our team even more. Yeah, so just gonna get completely out of hand. All right, good enough. Nice. Yeah, I really like this deck so far. I think that we just ran away with advantage on that last game with Jessica Jones. Yeah, it does appear to be the top uncommon in red. Opening hand looks good. We've got basic land cycling if we need it. Couple land, nice curve. And a little bit of acceleration always feels good. We can go turn 3 Herbie. You got the same idea. Could also go Ant-Man's Army here and get the treasure token just to ensure we can play Khazar next turn. So that is a consideration. We could also go like Gorilla plus like basic land cycling if we want. This is kind of interesting, actually. Guess it's like a slightly better use. So if we draw into land, it's obviously really good. I think there was an argument for maybe going for the Ant-Man's Army into Khazar play. So here we can go like Ant-Man's Army plus Rapid Rescue, which I kind of like. Or like we could go Jessica Jones, but then they've got like a good attack, which isn't great. I think I'm going to start with Rapid Rescue and just like see what we get. Okay, well that works. I like getting Jessica Jones going, but I think being able to block Beast well is still worth considering. So I think I'm going to go Ant-Man's Army here. And then I think we're just going to, like, I think the food is nice, but let's just try to get a treasure token here just so we can get a little bit farther ahead. We could also just play Gorilla this turn, which I kind of like. Just so potentially, in case they've got a trick, we can like double block. Could attack for 2 here, but like if they have a trick, I think we still want to be able to kill their beast. So like if they get rid of Ant-Man's Army, and they can just attack through with Beast, that feels worse. So I think I'm just going to sit. Like, if we have to double block, I'd rather do that. I suppose we could have, like, gone for Jessica Jones and, like, just try to, like, trade card advantage. Which is, like, okay, also. Maybe that would have been a better play. Okay, robot domination. Do you want to trade? Happy to trade here. Okay, so now we can go for Khazar plus land. Like, I want to get Jessica Jones going, but I feel like that's a pretty strong play. and play off the top, which feels really good. I guess we could also blow up this robot domination if we want. Push a little bit of damage here. Okay, Black Panther is certainly good. Ooh, we have Killmonger on top. Don't quite have enough to get both Kree Sentinel and Jessica Jones going. I think we might just want the Sentinel here. Although, like, getting more action feels pretty good, too. All right, if I want to trade, that's fine. I guess maybe, I suppose we could have waited. We've got more land coming. Five still feels pretty good. They're going to make a bunch of robot villains, though. So maybe it is better to get Jessica Jones going. I guess, like, next turn we can also go, like, Jessica Jones plus Killmonger. So I think this is maybe the turn to do the Sentinel. Wow, robot domination number 2. Okay, let's get some land. Could just blow this up with Herbie, I suppose. Push extra damage. I kind of like that. Then we can also play Jessica Jones. Let's see, when they get the... Oh, I guess we should get rid of this. Yeah, I suppose they would just get a bunch of robots real quick. So let's just get rid of this. That's fine. Spider-Woman probably on the Sentinel. Yeah, it makes sense. Okay, we've got Dark Deed coming, so we can use that to get rid of this Spider-Woman. Or I guess the Serpent Specialist. Okay, well that's pretty good. We can play the Baxter Building, go for Photon Blast. I think we can do the full 5, right? Yeah. Don't even need to. Okay, that works. Whew. Yeah, so far this deck has felt pretty good. Really liking it so far. I think the splash hasn't been too bad either. We've got like a lot of ways of making extra mana. All right, opener looks nice. We have Kree Sentinel to help fix. I do wonder, like, if you're running like a 2-color deck and you just haven't found any land fixers or any land cyclers, is it ever worth it to run like an off-color land cycler? I don't know. Feels like maybe it's okay. It's like not ideal, of course, but... All right, we can go for Gorilla here. A nice way to at least put a pause on the Doombot. All right, so it looks like they've got something. Helicarrier Strike, Panther Pounce. Maybe like, what is it? Raise Up the Shield or whatever it's called. I suppose they could also like turn it into a 4/4 draw a card, or like give our stuff -4, -0. It's probably turn it into a 4/4, yeah. I think it's fine though. I mean, like, they did draw a card, they replaced it, they did some damage, but they didn't play another spell, so maybe that's okay. Hopefully we can like draw into a little bit of action here. Oh, that looks nice. Okay, so let's get another land in play. Now we can do like Kree Sentinel into Punishing Punch, perhaps. Speedball, nice. I think I'm actually okay trading a Doombot. Like, they're getting close to being able to upgrade that. It's a little bit more defensive. I think like it'll be a future problem though, so I think I'm okay trading here. Now they want to choose like if they're going to Helicarrier Strike, I guess. It's like, yeah, we're never blocking Atlas here. Okay, yeah, they've got the Helicarrier Strike, sure. So hopefully we just play Sentinel and then sit back. Can use Punishing Punch as needed in case they've got nonsense. But hopefully we get to stabilize here. And I guess if they do nothing, we can just like Rapid Rescue. Crusade, yeah. Well, I guess they're still like a couple mana short of Doombot, so it's probably better to just like punch Atlas on the way out, just to give us some time. Alright, still looking for something. They did have 3 pieces of tricks or removal, so yeah, and now they can upgrade Doombot. It's looking a little rough. Baxter building, yeah, not gonna do it. Well, assume they just attack here, but yeah, I guess we didn't quite get there. I don't know how we play that differently, because I feel like we had to like smoke out their threats, and I don't think like not blocking would have helped. So not sure about that. All right, opener looks okay. We've got Sentinel in case we need to go and find more land. Can use Ant-Man's army to get some mana going. All right, well, if they're going to do that, I'm happy to go Gorilla. I suppose we could sack it to get rid of the harness. I suppose, like, if they play another blue, we can't block, unfortunately. This also does make it so it is blockable, so I think I'm just going to sit for now. All right, so they did have the extra blue, so we still can't block, unfortunately. Perceptive Prodigy. So we could use Ant-Man's army to make a treasure token to speed us out to Sentinel. Could also get Jessica Jones going. I do like Jessica Jones. I mean, like, the extra value is always amazing, I think. Again, we could get the harness here, but I don't think we do. Maybe we just get the harness out of the way. I think I'm gonna wait because, like, if they have like Frozen and Ice, we can get rid of that to protect Jessica. This is the second deck I've seen with Kang and Echo trying to like take 2 turns. All right. Really need that Kree Sentinel. I think we just need the acceleration here. I wonder if we can cycle this. Oh, maybe. I don't think we can. No. I guess now maybe it is worth getting the harness out of the way. Saves a point of damage. Surprised I didn't use Echo to copy that. Oh, I guess it's just creatures. Never mind. So here if they have counters or bounce, it's pretty rough. Could also go for Photon Barrage before Stature gets buffed. I guess they can buff it once. Then we take another 4 in the air. So like Photon for X equals 1 is enough to kill it. It's also enough to play around Counterspell. It's not amazing, but I think it is a way to deal with. If we play Hulk and it goes through, we can block the 4/5, but they can push an extra 5. This is kind of tough. Yeah, I think I'm going to do X equals 1. Oh, crap. I ran out of time. It's so bad. All right, we'll just do a stop after combat here. Try that again. Now I think we do Ant-Man's army probably for the life. Yeah, they had interaction of some kind, so I'm thinking they maybe had possibly a counter there. We could also go for the treasure to like play around counter unless they have like an extra power on the board. That might actually be better. Just forcing through the it's a little bit controversial, but it does let us force through if they don't have like more creatures to add to the board for a counter spell. Problem is if they have like other ways of dealing with it, it is a problem. Yeah, maybe we should have just gone for the life. Okay, we've got Heroic Feast. Okay, so let's go for the Hulk. Now if they have We Say Thee Nay, they can counter it, unfortunately. Do Rapid Rescue. I guess they could finesse an extra point of damage here, but I think we got to start getting damage in. Yeah, I suppose actually maybe we shouldn't have, because if they have removal here, like we just lose. Otherwise we go to 1. That's probably a mistake. Can use Gorilla on the Quinjet. Can also just like get in with the Ant-Man's army and then use... How do we want to do this? Could get Sentinel down. I think Sentinel down is a great idea, just in general. We can go for the Heroic Feast maybe next turn. Can also push with the Ant-Man's armies and see if they want to like block with Kang for some reason. We would trade 1 for a 1/1, but I think that's... Maybe that's okay. Okay, they're just gonna take it. Now I think we just get rid of the Quinjet here. Could also get rid of the Futurist Forge. This thing is kind of dangerous though, just having extra flyers. All right, so now we can Heroic Feast. I guess we could put it on Jessica Jones. I think I'd rather just put it on like Hulk, Sentinel, maybe some Ant-Man's armies. Yeah, I think I'm just not going to put it on Jessica here. Just see what we pick up. Killmonger, we can use... Sack an artifact, right? Oh, never mind. So we could sack like an Ant-Man's army to take out Conqueror. That feels pretty sweet. Still have Heroic Feast. We could use that. Triple buff. I think I kind of like the Dark Deed instead. I guess this does get us to 10. And we have decent attacks. Like they could triple block or quadruple block Hulk, but I'm still okay with that. So maybe we just go for Heroic Feast here. Is this sorcery speed? Oh no, okay, so we can just do that on the fly. Guess if we like do it like this, we're threatening lethal. We've still got a couple blockers. They could have some nonsense here, but we have Dark Deed backup. So maybe that's okay. Alright, so now I guess we're just going to go for it. Put one there. Probably Kree Sentinel. And then I think this is like a pretty big target on its head, so probably just going to put it on Killmonger just to spread out the threats. Sure. See, do we have any other ways to gain life? I guess we went through both of our Ant-Man. We have one more Rapid Rescue. But I think that's it. Yuck. It's pretty brutal. Okay. It's about as bad as it gets. Guess we just like offer the trade here, but then if they just like block with, I guess we can force the trade actually. If we go Dark Deed, we can force the trade. Let's see, if we go for the Hulk, we don't have enough for both. Could also power up the Hulk to make it an enormous threat. I think we just go for the Dark Deed here and force the blocks. It's not amazing, but it gets their 6/5 off the table. Force blocks here, hopefully making way for our Hulk to get there. Okay, now I'm kind of curious. They have like Lightning Strike or something? What do you have? Could have like Lightning Strike plus. They could make it like a base 4/4, maybe? That doesn't work. It's got to be Lightning Strike, I think. I think we're low enough life we can't really risk it. Like, there's a chance we just win. There's also a chance that, like, they find a way. Or they have, like, 3 damage to everything, I wonder? Okay, they had the Lightning Strike. Yeah, that makes sense. I think it's just a little bit too risky being this low on life. Okay, unfortunately we can't. I guess we could play Jessica Jones, but guess they've had enough. If you hang on long enough, you can get there. All right, opener looks fine. We've got Kree Sentinel to fix mana. We have a couple Ant-Man's armies to keep it going. Okay, if we natural draw land, maybe we just go for the Gorilla here. Like we'd set ourselves up for 4, but I think we just want to get this going. With Heroic Feast, maybe we're just supposed to make food tokens. Like the extra jump with the treasure token does feel pretty good, because then we could like go for Kree Sentinel, perhaps. But I guess with Heroic Feast, it makes more sense to just... I guess we can block here, so maybe we don't attack. I feel like we might be able to finesse some damage here. Yeah. Feels pretty sweet. We could also, I suppose, Punishing Punch, but let's... I almost want to do like the first one as a treasure token, just to like give us more stuff to do. Like if we draw land, we could go Kree Sentinel. So I think I'll do it on the second one. But right now I think just the acceleration is just too important. Okay, that's nice. Again, it's possible that they have possible they've got Counterspell here, but let's push and see what happens. Okay, that makes sense. Now we'll just sit back and try to block. And we'll get... I suppose we could have attacked through, but if they have something else, it'd be nice to have a backup blocker. All right, so we can go for a 4-point Photon Blast Barrage, which isn't that much. Could also use Gorilla to get rid of their Wing Harness, but again, I kind of like having the second blocker here, and like we can still cover Hercules. Plus we have Punishing Punch backup. So maybe we just Heroic Feast and just see what they want to do. This could potentially lead to a blowout, but we are at 19. Now we can get in with our 3-2 and just see if they want to trade for it. Gotta love on the board tricks. All right, so it's a 4/5 unblockable. Ooh, Rapid Rescue with Heroic Feast is pretty funny. Okay, let's... I suppose his power is decreased after we like burn these things down. So we could just do like Photon Blast Barrage for 4, take out these. Then this is down to like a 2/5. And could push. I kind of want to get some more stuff going though. So let's do Ant-Man's Army. Make another food token. And then I guess just sit. Because like we could push with Sentinel, but like they can push back so much harder. Sure. I think we'll definitely take that. Okay, well we can still eat their 3/2. Yeah, second Kree Sentinel feels pretty good. Although now I kind of just want to burn down these merfolk. Because that will shrink Namor, right? Ward 1 could also Punishing Punch. Actually, if we Rapid Rescue and then Punishing Punch, it will be cheaper, so we could play around Counterspell. Maybe we just play out another Kree Sentinel here, though. I think I want to just take a little bit of time. Now we can offer the double block, although I suppose they could get us. So maybe we just push and then just accept that we're taking 6 in the air. Yeah, if they want to trade, that's fine. Okay. All right, so now we can Punishing Punch. I think I do want to do that now, just like while they are low on cards. Just get it out of the way. Suppose we could even have this guy do it. I think we're good on land, so let's just get the Gorilla. Can use the next Gorilla to get rid of the Frozen and Ice. Or I suppose the wing harness if we need to. Okay. Fair enough. So they're going to give that thing flying. Probably just get rid of the wing harness at this point. It is kind of a liability. Getting the 6/6 back is kind of close, but it takes an extra turn. Could play the Sentinel and get in with the Gorilla. I think that's probably fine. We could also try to like force it by doing Photon Blast Barrage for, I guess, X equals 3. But then they can just attack back for 6. Maybe just better to get the Sentinel down. Offer the trade here. See if they want to jump. Sure. Okay, Doombite is pretty good. So we can Photon Blast Barrage for 5, 6. Not quite enough to get them both. But I think if we do like X equals 3, get rid of the Doombot, and then just like double send, we have like a force block. And actually now if we full send, if they block here, they don't die. I guess we eat their scroll, they eat our scroll. Yeah, I think there's not a lot of downside to like full sending here. Because like they still have force blocks, so they have to... maybe we just do it this way. Guess we just kill the Death Toucher here. Gonna need a 2-for-1 here. Looks like they probably don't have it. We might be getting Assault Rope here. Excuse me. But yeah, a lot of back and forths in this game. They definitely had some good stuff. Namor did some work. I think all the reach creatures just are really important in red green if you do end up going that way. Like, also these gorillas have just been amazing. Been really happy to have them in the deck. And yeah, been pretty pleasantly surprised by this Heroic Feast. This has really just done a lot of work also. Like just face value +1/+1 to 3 creatures is kind of nice. But then when you add in like the rapid rescues and like the Ant-Man's army, it just gets a lot better. And I think, yeah, Jessica Jones just like remains to be phenomenal. Really like this card a lot. All right, on to the next. Okay, final boss, 6-1. But I think, yeah, I've really, we've had some really kind of interesting back and forth games. Not too many just completely one-sided games. Rapid Rescue has been really nice. Really like that. All right, opener looks great. We've got some mana acceleration, a couple lands, maybe some heroic feasting. Stature is definitely a good one. Not quite enough to do both, but I think that's okay. I'm curious if they have like any kind of untapped nonsense here. I think I am just going to be a little careful. Like, I guess Panther Pounce is one thing that they could have, but that wouldn't really protect them. Trying to think of any other untap. cards to be aware of at 3 mana? Guess we'll start here, see what they do. I think I'm just going to pass. I'm not sure what they've got planned here. I can't remember all the cards if there are flash creatures. I know there's definitely flash creatures on 4, like the giant flying ant. So that might have been a lost point. Okay, Vision. I think we just go Feast into Gorilla this turn. We could like threaten here, but I mean, I don't think. I think we just want to build out our board a little bit. Okay, Hero in Training is good. All right, we've got, let's see, 6 mana. So we could just go for Gorilla here, and then I think just buff these 3 a couple times, which I kind of like. And I guess we can push with Ant-Man's army. Suppose we could technically attack with the Gorilla, but they could just block with Vision. So I think I'm just going to get in with the army here. Good old on the board tricks, can't beat them. Okay, solidly Bant. So I wonder which is the splash color. Vision is still like a lot of trouble though, because it's like if they have giant growth and they turn it into like a 5/5 double strike, that's so bad for us. But I guess because they didn't attack, they haven't got it. Or maybe they're just trying to be like all sneaky. So we could go Wakandan Royal Guard here and put the extra counter on like one of the gorillas. Could also try to like draw some cards. I think we're okay just like pushing like the 4. Like even if they block one, they could always like block the other. So I'm not worried about the Wakandan Royal Guard here. Like it's certainly possible they've got something. Sure. I think this is okay though. We can still push 4 here. Like we're taking 2 on the back end, but I think that's all right. And I think we just want to add more to the board. So we'll just make this a 5/5, I guess. The vision is still like a major threat. Because if they have any kind of pump, this is just such trouble. Not sure if they know if that thing has summoning sickness or not. Okay, guess they do. Assume they probably lock down the Royal Guard here. Yeah. So I think looking for Jessica Jones feels pretty good. We could also find the Hulk. So maybe Avengers Tower is slightly better than just drawing a card because we get to look at the top 3. Let's do Avengers Tower. Okay, swing and a miss. I think we still just push. We're at 17. I guess we're trading like potentially 4 for 3. Okay, was not expecting like a full send there. So if they go like stature next turn, they can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, potentially +6/+6. Hit for 7, 9, 12. I wonder if we're supposed to blow up this car. I guess not yet, but it's interesting. I suppose if they have like giant growth exactly, they could go like double the vision and then just like stature the rest. Man, maybe we were supposed to blow up the car. God, I wonder. Would it have changed it? Like, because like it would have been 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh yeah, they had, okay, they had giant growth. God. So if we held back Gorilla. So maybe we just like don't push there. The problem is then like Stature's still doing its thing. Yeah, I don't know. Like with Stature, it's just kind of dangerous to, but maybe we just like sit until we have a little bit more. Yeah, not sure. Maybe like just holding back and just like, I guess just having like vision covered would have been the better move. Like leaving one back for vision is probably correct. Because like if they have the giant growth, then they can just get there. And like them not blocking was highly suspicious, so maybe I should have read into it. Yeah, it was probably a misplay on my part. I think we just go Ant-Man's army here. Although I'm not sure if we're supposed to get food or treasure. I guess we have enough mana coming, so maybe just food is better. This way, if we happen to draw a heroic, whatever it's called, then we'll be ready to go. Okay, well that seems like a pretty easy Photon Blast Barrage for x equals 2. Iron Man is quite good. Let's get Jessica Jones going. I guess let's attack with Ant-Man's army first. See if we can finesse some damage here. Nice. Always love the free damage. Frozen in Ice is pretty good. Okay, I think that's a free block here. She-Hulk is quite good. Could have done the Frozen in Ice, but I think getting rid of Iron Man is pretty good too. We can also use Gorilla to get that. In fact, I think we do that right now. Yeah, I've just been really impressed with Gorilla. Overall, just the versatility is so good. All right, got there. So I think we ended up throwing that last game. If I just been a little bit more patient, I think it would have played out better. But we did end up getting there, 7 wins and 2 losses. So we'll open the packs here in just a second. But I think that yeah, the deck felt pretty good. I guess like the only like consideration from the board was like, would it have been good to play the Serpent Specialist? I don't think the Hawkeye had enough support. I think it's like very, very good with Photon Blast Barrage, but I think you need maybe just a little more given like our setup. And I just liked, I think we had like very good fixing also with like the double Ant-Man's Army, the double Undercover Skrull. I don't think we needed the Stark Executive, so it just worked out real well. All right, so yeah, thanks guys for watching. We will see you here in the next one, and let's open some sweet prizes. If you like this kind of content and you want to see more, consider subscribing or becoming a member and getting early access to all my videos. It also really helps support the channel, so if that's something you want to do, would greatly appreciate it. Or if you just want to give like a one-time donation via Super Thanks, all of that means a lot to me. So really appreciate you guys, and we'll see you in the next one.